When I was studying psychology, my professor always said a man will always keep in touch with a woman he knows he should have stayed with. And it's not because he wants her back. It's because he wants to know that she's still there. He'll send that, "Hey, how you been?" text every few months, react to an old story, maybe even bring up a memory that he knows will hit. And she'll see it and she'll know exactly what it means. Because deep down, he's not actually checking on her. He's checking on if the door to her is still open. The truth is, men never really move on from the woman who saw them clearly, the one who believed in them before they believed in themselves. And that's why he lingers. Maybe not because he loves her, but because he knows she was the best version of peace he wasn't ready for. So yeah, he'll stay in touch, not enough to start something again, just enough to make sure that that door never fully closes. And she might respond, or she might finally realize some people reach out not because they miss you, but selfishly because they miss the peace they had with you. And they're not even considering that right now, they may be destroying your peace.
Y'all exes still be having access to y'all while y'all in a whole new relationship, and I don't like that. I'm not a fan. I don't get where that makes sense to anybody. You got a whole new thing going on. Like, why is your ex still having access to you? It makes zero sense. You still want to be there, don't you, huh? You got some puzzles that you still need to fix, huh? Like, what is really up with that? Like, I don't understand how people try to make that okay. Like, it'll never be okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've been that man before. The one who keeps a woman around, but never fully chooses her. And it's not because I was confused. It's because I was just comfortable. It's not confusion, and it's not bad timing. It's comfort without responsibility. You're the girl he goes to when he wants to feel understood. You're soft. You listen. You don't pressure him. So he gets all the emotional benefits of a relationship without ever having to step up and be a man in one. See, a man is not going to hold on to a woman that he doesn't value, but he definitely will hold on to a woman that he doesn't want to lose access to. It's because you're simply accessible. He has access to your body, your mind, your energy, your presence, your reassurance, all in one. But choosing you fully, that will require sacrifice. That will require cutting off other options, being consistent, being accountable. He's not confused. He's just not willing. So instead, he keeps you in this in-between space where you're close enough to not leave, but also not secure enough to feel chosen. So the harsh truth is, as long as you stay available in that space, he has no reason to change it.
These are 5 signs that your avoidant ex is checking whether they still have access to you. Another term for this is called breadcrumbing. And no, this doesn't automatically mean that they want the relationship back. Some people do this to see if the door is still open for a sense of control or attention or validation. So be aware of that. Sign number 1, though, is they will consistently be watching your stories, but never reach out. Especially if they're consistently watching your story within the first hour of you posting it. This means they're keeping tabs on you, they want updates, but they're not willing to be vulnerable enough to actually start a conversation, which inevitably means that they haven't grown themselves. Sign number 2 is they're gonna send low effort text. It might be a meme, it might be a song, it might just be something like a casual hey. The issue is none of this is direct, none of it is meaningful, but it's just enough to get you to respond. Sign number 3 is they might suddenly start liking old posts of yours or interacting after months of silence with your social media. This is often a temperature check. They are trying to see if you are still receptive to them without giving any sort of high risk moment of maybe them getting rejected. Sign number 4 is they're gonna reach out with an excuse. Maybe it's an item that they left behind. Maybe it's a random question that they Googled and they decided to ask you instead. Maybe it's a meme like I've said before, but the topic usually isn't the point. They're just trying to start a conversation and get attention from you. And sign number 5 is they seem curious about your dating life. So, for example, they may ask a mutual friend if you started seeing somebody else. They may even directly ask you if you started seeing anybody else. Again, this is them checking to see if they still have access to you. That is what it comes down to. But you need to remember that someone seeing if they still have access to you is not the same as someone fighting for you. One thing is primarily about curiosity, while the other thing is about commitment. Don't confuse the two, because a lot of people confuse breadcrumbs for genuine effort.
If you're in a relationship and you don't remove your ex, people you've slept with, and people who you know want to be more than just friends with you from your phone, your social media, and your life, you're the one responsible for bringing toxicity into your relationship, and you know exactly what you're doing. Every person you refuse to remove is a door you're deliberately leaving open. A backup plan disguised as an old friend. An escape route dressed up as someone who just checks in sometimes. Your partner doesn't need to go through your phone to see what's in there. They feel it in your defensiveness, your secrecy, the way you protect other people in your life. Loyalty isn't just physical, and commitment isn't just a word you said once. It's every door you close, every person you remove without being asked. Because your partner's peace means more than your options.
Some men will do certain things only to see if they still have access to you. They always have a motive and they always have a reason as to why they are texting you. 9 times out of 10, it's not to see how you're doing and to get back with you. It's only to see if they still have access to you. You have to revoke that access.
Why does your ex still has access to you when you are in a relationship with someone else? Think about this. Question, what is a fool? A fool is clearly defined as a silly or stupid person, a person that lacks judgment or sense. Question, are you that fool? When it comes to dealing with someone that apparently is doing something behind your back in the shadows, when it comes to his or her ex, one of the most disrespectful things that a person can do is to allow his or her ex to have access to him or her. And I must add this into the equation. It may be somewhat understandable if the person and the ex are co-parenting children together. But if this is you, still keep your eyes open and your discernment on high alert, because some people will use the co-parenting as a way to do some shady or undercover stuff behind your back. As it is written in Micah chapter 7:5, don't trust anyone. Not your best friend or even your wife. This is not my opinion. This comes directly from the word of God. Also, as it is written in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17:9, it states, the heart is deceivable above all things and desperately wicked. Or to say it differently, definitely sick. Who can understand it? This is for those of you that think everyone has a good heart and you should follow your heart. The question is, why would a person allow his or her ex to have access to him or her? Or that person that you're in a relationship with still keeps in contact with his or her ex? Then that person will get very angry and defensive if you call him or her out for keeping in contact with his or her ex. This person will say something like, you are just insecure. You don't trust me? My friends, no matter what that man or woman say, if your discernment tells you that something is not clean in the milk, believe your discernment, because it's your red flags and or signs that that person is trying to pull a fast one on you and think that you are naive. Translation of fool. You are not a fool. This is why God have given you wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and discernment. Now question, why exes maintain assets? I'm glad you asked. 1, It's about jealousy and control. What do you mean, Tony? Especially if the ex see that you are elevating and you got a smile on your face and you got a skip in your walk, he or she wants to spark a desire to disrupt your new relationship if you are in one. 2, he or she may still have unresolved feelings and avoidance attachment, or to say it differently, avoidance attachment, which means they still have feelings for you. And they will create distance when things get serious. Then reach out when you stop chasing. 3, he or she needs an ego boost. What do I mean by that? This means using you for comfort. He or she will try to control you and manipulate you to ensure that you still care, which boosts his or her ego. So it put him or her on cloud 9 while they, or he or she, to say it different, but explore other options, or to say it differently, they're going to monkey branch on you. He or she going to monkey branch on you. 4, he or she wants to keep you as the fallback plan. We know about this, don't we? Which means he or she keeps you in his or her life to make sure you haven't totally moved on, by serving as a safety net if he or she currently have problem in his or her relationship and it falls through. Also, as it is written in the book of Matthew chapter 10:16. And Jesus said these words, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, but harmless as doves." Going back to the ex, it's just like Jesus saving you from unbelievers or unbeliever, but you still try to hold on to that unbeliever. As it is written in the book of 2 Corinthians, in this chapter 6:14, and it reads, listen carefully, "Therefore, come out from among unbelievers and separate yourself from them, says the Lord. Don't touch their filthy things, and I will welcome you."
Hey, let me talk to you for a minute, woman to woman. You're still friends with that man after y'all broke up. Why? Let's be real. The women who stay friends with their ex after they break up aren't just friends. You still giving his ass access because you don't know how to let go. You broke up, but he can still call you, still text you, still get access when he's bored or lonely. That's not growth. That is unfinished business. Still giving a man access to you when a relationship over is crazy work. Let me ask you this. If he can still talk to you, still vent to you, still depend on you for emotional regulation, then what did he really lose? Because it wasn't your time, your energy, or your emotional availability. You just stopped asking for anything back. And that's not cool or noble. That's playing yourself. And this is the part that you might not want to, admit to yourself. But most women will keep exes around before they even try to build a relationship with women. And whether you know it or not, that is some internalized misogyny shit, because women were conditioned to prioritize relationships with men over ever prioritizing a relationship with a woman. We're conditioned to center men even after they fucked up with us, while we treat women like competition, too much, or just background noise. So instead of calling a girlfriend, you call that man, you call that ex that already showed you that he not shit. They already showed you that he don't care. Please make it make sense. What it really is that you like knowing that he still wants you. You don't know how to sit with yourself after the breakup. You don't actually want to deal with the breakup yet. You don't trust that better connections are coming. You don't trust that you deserve more, but that doesn't make you dumb. That just makes you human. But what it does mean is that you're choosing comfort over self-respect. This is how he ends up hurting you again. By you constantly giving access to him, what happens is that it keeps you emotionally stuck. It keeps you half attached. It teaches him that he can still lose you and still have access to you. Okay, so you're like to yourself, well, what should I do? Okay, well, number one, stop giving him access. You don't need a speech. You don't need to explain yourself. You just need to tell him you don't need to be friends and you need space. And not only that, you can put your energy somewhere else, like building community, getting a hobby, pouring to people who actually pour back into you. Missing him doesn't mean you should keep him around. That means the bond is breaking, and that's normal. Dragging it out is what makes it messy. You're not healed because you stay friends with your ex. You just didn't want it to end. Closure isn't access. Closure is choosing yourself even when it feels uncomfortable as hell.
A man will never leave you or tell you that he does not want you as long as you keep giving him access to you. But what he will do is continually show you he does not want you. So believe what he shows you, what your eyes are seeing, what you're feeling. Do not listen to what he's saying, because one thing I know about these is that they'll tell you one thing and do the opposite. Okay? So believe what you see and how you feel, how that person makes you feel. Because if his words is not matching up with what he's showing you, how he's acting towards you, how he's treating you, then you already know what's up. Believe what he's showing you, not what he's saying.
A man is never going to fully let go of the woman he knows he should have treated better. And if he's trying to stay friends with you, even after everything he did, I need you to understand why. It's not because he values your friendship. It's because you are his safety net. You made him feel safe. You made him feel comfortable. No matter how badly you were still there for him. And now he doesn't want to lose that. Not because he loves you, but because he needs you. There's a difference. He doesn't want you back. He wants access to you. He wants to know that if he's lonely or if the next girl doesn't work out, he wants to know he can call you up and you are still going to be there for him. That is not a friendship. That is a backup plan, and you deserve so much better than to be somebody else's backup plan. And you want to know the worst part? He knows. He knows you still care. He knows it messes with your head. He knows that if he stays close to you, it keeps you from finally moving on. And guess what? He still does it because your healing is less important to him than his own comfort. So when he says, let's be friends, let's stay in touch, what he's really saying is, hey, I want you close enough to me that I can come back whenever I feel like it. Do not let him. It is not your job anymore. You are not his or anybody else's safety net.
Hey besties, if you're just seeing my face for the first time, my name is Queen Libra. Now, if you're just coming across my channel for the first time, please encourage me by subscribing. Share this video, leave your comments below, and put on your notification bell so that whenever I upload subsequent videos, you will be the first to see them. Thank you for subscribing.